You're destroying her life. She tried to destroy mine first. I'm just making sure she can't hurt anyone else. The trial was set for 6 months later. In the meantime, both Marcus and Jessica remained in jail, unable to make bail due to flight risk. The discovery of deeper deception. One afternoon, Chen called me. Ms. Mitchell, I've been digging deeper into Hartman's past. You need to see this. She came to my office with another folder. Inside were police reports from 3 different states. Jessica Hartman has done this before, Chen explained. Different names, different identities. She befriended a woman in Boston 5 years before you met her, embezzled from their joint business, disappeared before charges could be filed. My stomach turned. How many victims? At least 4 that I can confirm. She's a professional con artist. You weren't her first target, Sarah. You were just her most successful one. Until now, I said grimly. Until now, Chen agreed. I've contacted the DA. This information changes everything. Jessica's looking at federal charges for identity fraud and interstate racketeering. She might never see freedom again. I should have felt satisfaction. Instead, I felt sick. How many other women had Jessica fooled? How many lives had she destroyed? I want to contact the other victims, I said. They deserve to know she's finally caught. Chen nodded. I thought you might say that. I have their contact information. You're destroying her life. She tried to destroy mine first. I'm just making sure she can't hurt anyone else. The trial was set for 6 months later. In the meantime, both Marcus and Jessica remained in jail, unable to make bail due to flight risk. The discovery of deeper deception. One afternoon, Chen called me. Ms. Mitchell, I've been digging deeper into Hartman's past. You need to see this. She came to my office with another folder. Inside were police reports from 3 different states. Jessica Hartman has done this before, Chen explained. Different names, different identities. She befriended a woman in Boston 5 years before you met her, embezzled from their joint business, disappeared before charges could be filed. My stomach turned. How many victims? At least 4 that I can confirm. She's a professional con artist. You weren't her first target, Sarah. You were just her most successful one. Until now, I said grimly. Until now, Chen agreed. I've contacted the DA. This information changes everything. Jessica's looking at federal charges for identity fraud and interstate racketeering. She might never see freedom again. I should have felt satisfaction. Instead, I felt sick. How many other women had Jessica fooled? How many lives had she destroyed? I want to contact the other victims, I said. They deserve to know she's finally caught. Chen nodded. I thought you might say that. I have their contact information. The company board called an emergency meeting. With Jessica arrested and the embezzlement exposed, I had to prove the firm was stable. Ladies and gentlemen, I addressed the board. My former partner stole $300,000 from this company. I've recovered most of it, implemented new financial controls, and hired a new CFO who will ensure this never happens again. Our clients have been informed, and not one is left. In fact, 3 new clients signed with us this week. The publicity has been free advertising. One board member raised his hand. Ms. Mitchell, how can we trust your judgment after this? I looked him straight in the eye. I discovered a 10-year fraud that you all missed. I gathered evidence, built a case, and handed 2 criminals to the police. My judgment is exactly what this company needs. Anyone who disagrees can leave now. No one left. The legal battle. Marcus's lawyer called 2 weeks after the wedding. Ms. Mitchell, my client would like to discuss a plea agreement. I'm not the prosecutor, I said. Talk to them. He's willing to testify against Ms. Hartman in exchange for reduced charges. Of course he is. He's a coward. Ms. Mitchell, surely you don't want to see the father of your future children in prison? I laughed. Actually laughed. We were never having children. That was another lie. Tell Marcus to enjoy prison. I hear it builds character. Jessica's family reached out next. Her mother called me, crying. Sarah, please. Jessica made a mistake. She's young. She has her whole life ahead of her. Mrs. Hartman, Jessica planned this for 10 years. She stole $300,000. She forged documents. She betrayed me in every possible way. This wasn't a mistake. It was a calculated crime. But you were friends. No, we weren't. She pretended to be my friend to rob me. There's a difference. The arrest photos hit social media within hours. Groom and maid of honor arrested at wedding. Trended on every platform. News vans appeared at my office. My phone wouldn't stop ringing. I turned it off. Robert drove me to his house, where I could hide from the media circus. Maya was already there with Chinese takeout and wine. "You're a legend," Maya said, pouring me a very large glass. "But also, how are you really doing?" I sank into Robert's couch, still wearing my wedding dress. "I don't know. I feel numb." "That's shock," Robert said gently. "You just exposed two criminals and canceled your wedding simultaneously. Numb is appropriate. What happens now?" I asked. "Now the legal system takes over. The district attorney called me. They want to press full charges. With the evidence you gathered, this is an airtight case. Marcus and Jessica are looking at serious prison time." "Good." "Sarah," Maya hesitated. "Are you sure you're okay? You can be honest with us." I looked at my two real friends, the people who'd actually helped me when I needed it. "I'm devastated," I admitted. 5 years with Marcus. 10 years with Jessica. All lies. How do I trust anyone again? "By starting with people who've proven themselves," Robert said. "We're not going anywhere." The media storm. By morning, my story was everywhere. #WeddingVengeance was trending. Talk shows wanted interviews. Publishers wanted to buy my story rights. "Decline everything," I told Robert. "I don't want to be famous. I want my life back." But life doesn't work that way. By the end of the week, I couldn't leave my apartment without being recognized. "You're that bride," strangers would shout. Some praised me. Others criticized me for public humiliation. "You should have handled it privately," one woman told me at the grocery store. "They planned to destroy me privately," I replied. "I exposed them publicly. Seems fair." The full revelation. The screens changed. Financial documents appeared. Marcus's debts. The fake accounts. The embezzlement. Every crime documented in clear detail. Then photos. Marcus and Jessica together. In my apartment. In my bed. The guests were standing now, some shouting, some crying. "You're a thief," I said to Marcus, my voice ice cold. "You're drowning in debt and plan to marry me to steal my money. That's not. Deny it, and I'll show them more. I have everything, Marcus. Every text, every photo, every financial record." I turned to Jessica. "And you, my best friend, who's been embezzling from our company for 2 years, who's been planning to steal my clients and my designs." Jessica's face had gone white. "Sarah, I can explain." "No need. The police can hear your explanation. They're waiting outside." "Police?" Marcus's voice cracked. "Did you really think I'd let you get away with this?" I asked. "Did you really think I was that pathetic?" The screens showed more evidence. A timeline of the affair. The forged signatures. The stolen money. Everything. This woman, I addressed the crowd, posed as my friend for 10 years. This was premeditated. She researched me, befriended me, and planned to destroy me. And this man, I looked at Marcus with disgust, seduced me with the sole purpose of robbing me blind. The aftermath begins. Robert appeared with 2 police officers. "Marcus Cole and Jessica Hartman, you're under arrest for fraud, embezzlement, forgery, and theft." The officers moved forward. Marcus tried to run. He didn't get far. 2 more officers appeared from the side entrance. Jessica collapsed, crying. "Sarah, please. I'm sorry. It was all Marcus's idea." "No," I said. "It was your idea. You've been planning this since college. Don't lie now." As they were handcuffed, the 300 guests watched in stunned silence. My wedding had become a crime scene. The officiant looked at me, completely lost. "Should I continue?" "You look beautiful," he murmured. "Thank you. You look exactly like yourself." Confusion flickered across his face. The officiant began. "Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today." I barely heard the words. I was focused on Jessica, standing across from us, her phone hidden in her bouquet. Was she texting Marcus's accomplice? Recording this moment for their private joke later? The officiant reached the vows. "Marcus, please share your vows with Sarah." Marcus pulled out a folded paper, his voice confident and clear. "Sarah, you are my best friend, my partner, my love. You've shown me what true commitment means. I promise to honor you, cherish you, and stand by you through everything life brings. Today I give you my heart, my loyalty, and my future." Lies. Every single word. The guests sighed happily. My mother was crying. The officiant turned to me. "Sarah, your vows?" I pulled out my own paper. But instead of reading from it, I looked directly at Marcus. "Marcus, before I share my vows, I want everyone here to see something." His smile faltered. I nodded to Maya, positioned at the back of the venue. The screens behind the altar flickered to life. The exposure begins. "What is this?" Marcus whispered. "This," I said clearly, my voice carrying through the microphone for everyone to hear, "is the truth." The screens showed text messages. Marcus and Jessica's messages. Every cruel word. Every plan. Every mockery. The guests gasped. "Sarah," Jessica started to move forward. "Stay where you are, Jessica," I said coldly. "Everyone deserves to see this." The messages scrolled. Guest after guest read them, shock spreading through the crowd. "Marcus, she's pathetic, but useful." Jessica, "Can't wait until we take everything from her." Marcus, "Just 2 more days of pretending I love her." My mother's cry of shock pierced the air. "Sarah, stop this." Marcus grabbed my arm. I yanked free. "Stop? Why? We're just getting started." Solid. Email chains, copied files, client meetings we can prove. This isn't just embezzlement anymore. This is corporate espionage, theft of intellectual property, and fraud. Combined with Marcus's financial crimes, they're both looking at serious prison time. How much time? 5 to 10 years each, possibly more depending on what the prosecution can prove. I felt a grim satisfaction. Make sure all of that evidence is ready to present today. "Sarah, the police want to arrest them before the ceremony. This has gone beyond personal. These are serious crimes." "No," I said firmly. "They planned this publicly, humiliated me privately. I want everyone to see who they really are. The arrests happen after I speak, not before." Robert sighed. "You're more ruthless than I gave you credit for. I learned from the best. See you at the venue." Confronting doubt. At 1 p.m., alone in my hotel room for a few precious minutes, I finally let myself feel it. The pain, the betrayal, the shattered dreams. I sat on the bed in my wedding dress and let the tears come. 5 years with Marcus. 10 years with Jessica. All lies. How had I been so blind? My phone buzzed. A text from Maya. "Are you okay? Say the word and we call this off. You don't have to do this." I wiped my tears and looked at myself in the mirror. Red eyes, smudged makeup, broken heart. Then I fixed my makeup, straightened my shoulders, and texted back. "I'm doing this. They don't get to win." The drive to the venue. The limousine ride to the venue felt surreal. My mother sat beside me, holding my hand, chattering about how beautiful everything was going to be. Jessica sat across from us, checking her phone constantly. "Everything okay?" I asked her. "Perfect," she said quickly. "Just making sure the flowers arrived." Liar. She was coordinating with Marcus, making sure their plan was on track. "Always," she said, but her smile was strained. My mother arrived at 10 a.m., tears already streaming down her face. "My beautiful girl, I can't believe you're getting married." "Neither can I, Mom." I hugged her tight. "I love you. Remember that, okay? No matter what happens today." She pulled back, searching my face. "Sarah, is everything all right?" "Everything's about to be perfect." The dress. When I stepped into my wedding dress, even I had to admit, I looked stunning. The dress fit perfectly, highlighting every curve. My hair was swept up elegantly. My makeup was flawless. I looked like a woman who was about to get married. Instead, I was a woman about to wage war. "You're gorgeous," Jessica said, her voice thick with what almost sounded like real emotion. For a moment, I wondered if any part of our friendship had been real. Then I remembered her texts. She actually thinks we're friends. No, none of it was real. "Thank you, Jessica, for everything you've done for me. You've helped shape who I am today." "I'm so happy for you," she said, and I almost believed her. The groom's secrets. At 11 a.m., Chin texted me. "Cole is at the venue. He's nervous. Just got off the phone with Hartman. They're planning to leave the reception early for a surprise. They have tickets to Paris booked for tonight." Of course they did. They were going to take my money and run. Not if I exposed them first. I texted back. "Let them think everything's going according to plan. Is the recording equipment ready?" "Everything's live and recording. All guests will see and hear everything on the screens we installed. Your lawyer is standing by with the police." Perfect. The revelation of more crimes. Robert called at noon. "Sarah, Chin found something else. Jessica's been stealing client contacts and designs. She's been planning to start her own firm with your clients and your proprietary work." My jaw clenched. Evidence. The morning preparations. The wedding day arrived with clear blue skies. I woke at 5 a.m., surprisingly calm. My bridesmaids were coming at 8 to help me get ready. Jessica would be among them, wearing her fake smile and hiding her real intentions. I couldn't wait. Robert called at 6 a.m. Everything is in place. The venue has been wired for sound and video. Shin has her team positioned. The lawyers are on standby. Sarah, last chance. Are you absolutely certain? More certain than I've ever been about anything. Then let's do this. I spent the early morning going over my plan one final time. Every detail had to be perfect. This wasn't just about exposing Marcus and Jessica. It was about protecting myself and my company. Robert had prepared all the legal documents. Shin had gathered all the evidence. Maya had set up the technical side. Everything was ready. The bridesmaids arrived. At 8 a.m. sharp, my bridesmaids flooded into my hotel suite with champagne and excited chatter. Jessica was at the front, carrying my veil and a huge smile. "The bride," she squealed, hugging me tight. "How are you feeling?" I hugged her back, breathing in her perfume, the same perfume I'd smelled on Marcus's shirt countless times. "I'm feeling enlightened," I said. She pulled back, confusion flickering across her face. Enlightened, aware, clear-headed, ready for what comes next. I smiled sweetly. "Thank you for being such a good friend, Jessica. For always having my back. Of course, that's what best friends do." She laughed nervously. "Should we start getting you ready?" "Absolutely. I want to look perfect for today. It's going to be unforgettable." The transformation. As my hairstylist worked and my makeup artist painted my face, I watched Jessica in the mirror. She was texting constantly, trying to hide her phone. "Talking to Marcus?" I asked innocently. She jumped. "What? No. Just coordinating with the venue." "That's kind of you. Making sure everything's perfect for my special day." "Jessica Hartman researched you before you met. She knew you were talented, driven, and came from a wealthy family. She positioned herself to become your friend and business partner. Marcus was recruited later to seduce and marry you. This was premeditated fraud from the beginning." I felt sick. My entire adult friendship with Jessica was a lie. Everything was a lie. "How far back?" I whispered. "At least 10 years. 10 years of lies. 10 years of fake friendship. And I trusted her with everything." The final preparation. Maya arrived at my apartment that evening with a laptop. "I have everything," she said. "Every message, every photo, every deleted file." "Sarah, this is really bad. Are you sure you want to see all of it?" "Show me." She opened file after file. Photos of Marcus and Jessica together at my apartment when I was traveling for work. In my bed, wearing my clothes. Mocking me in text messages. "Jessica, she actually thinks we're friends. I almost feel bad sometimes. Almost. Marcus, don't go soft on me now. We're so close. After tomorrow, she's legally mine. Jessica." And then we destroy her. I can't wait to see her face when she loses everything. I watched it all with dry eyes. The time for tears was over. "Maya, can you set up a projection system at the wedding venue?" "Sarah, what are you planning?" "Justice, can you do it?" "I can set up anything you want. But, no buts. Just help me." The night before, I stood in my apartment, my wedding dress hanging on the door, and looked at myself in the mirror. Tomorrow I was supposed to marry the man I loved. Tomorrow I was supposed to start my happy ending. Instead, tomorrow I would expose two vipers and watch everything they'd planned crumble to dust. My phone rang. "Marcus." "Sarah, we need to talk." "About what?" "I was harsh yesterday. I'm stressed about the wedding. Can we meet?" He was worried. Probably Jessica told him to smooth things over, make sure I didn't back out. And Marcus's real estate deals? I dug deeper. He was drowning in debt, failed investments, bad partnerships, and a gambling problem he'd hidden perfectly. He owed over $500,000 to various creditors. They didn't just want my money. They desperately needed it. By sunrise, I had a plan. The gathering storm. Robert came to my office the next morning with a grim expression. I pulled Marcus's financial records. "It's bad, Sarah. He's weeks away from bankruptcy. Several creditors have threatened legal action. And Jessica, the embezzlement you found, I had a forensic accountant do a preliminary review. It's worse than you thought. She's taken closer to $300,000. That's a felony." I felt strangely calm. "Can we prove it?" "With time, yes. But the wedding is tomorrow. I don't need a conviction tomorrow. I just need evidence. Enough to destroy them publicly." Robert studied me carefully. "Sarah, are you sure about this? Once you do this, there's no going back." They were planning to destroy my life, Robert. They called me pathetic. They were going to steal everything I built. I'm just returning the favor. Then let's make sure we do it right. The private investigator, a sharp-eyed woman named Chun, arrived with a thick folder. Ms. Mitchell, you were right about everything. Marcus Cole has been living beyond his means for 3 years. The expensive gifts he gave you, bought with credit cards he can't pay off. His apartment? 3 months behind on rent. And Ms. Hartman has been falsifying company documents for over 2 years. She spread photos across my desk. Marcus and Jessica at restaurants I thought he was traveling for work. Marcus gambling at casinos. Jessica moving money between accounts. But here's the interesting part, Chin continued. They've been planning this for 18 months. I found emails from a deleted account. They specifically targeted you, Ms. Mitchell. Jessica befriended you in college with this exact plan in mind. The room spun. The first call was to my mentor, Robert Chong. He was a lawyer who'd helped me start my firm and had become like a father to me. Sarah? It's 11 p.m. Is everything okay? No, I said calmly. But it will be. I need your help. I told him everything. When I finished, there was a long silence. Sarah, what do you want to do? I want justice. I want them to pay for every lie, every betrayal, every plan they made to destroy me. And I want to do it publicly. That's a dangerous game. I know, but I'm done being the fool. Will you help me? Another pause. Then, let me make some calls. Don't do anything until we talk tomorrow. The second call was to my best friend Maya, who worked in cybersecurity. I need you to recover every deleted message, every photo, every file from Marcus's phone. I said, can you do that? Sarah, what's going on? Just trust me. Can you do it? I can clone his phone remotely if he's on Wi-Fi. I'll need access to your network. He's been using my Wi-Fi for months. His phone auto-connects. Then consider it done. But you're telling me everything tomorrow. The third call was to a private investigator recommended by Robert. Ms. Mitchell, Mr. Chong said you might reach out. What do you need? I need evidence. Financial records, security footage, witness statements. I need to know everything about Marcus Cole and Jessica Hartman. Every secret, every lie, every crime. That's a tall order with a wedding in 2 days. Then I'll pay double your rate. Triple if you work through the night. Consider me hired. The truth emerges. I didn't sleep that night. I sat at my kitchen table with my laptop, going through every file on my company server. Jessica had been careful, but she wasn't perfect. I found discrepancies in the accounts. Small at first, a few $100s here and there. But over 2 years, it added up to over $200,000. Jessica had been embezzling from our company, hiding it in false vendor accounts and padded expense reports. Oh, please. He laughed, actually laughed. You really thought someone like me would love someone like you? You're boring, Sarah. You work all the time. You have no life. Jessica is everything you're not. Fun, spontaneous, exciting. Each word was a knife. I built a life with you. I whispered. No, you built a bank account I can access. That's all you've ever been. A convenient wallet with legs. He grabbed his clothes. The wedding's in 2 days. You can either go through with it like a good little bride, or you can cancel it and look like a fool in front of everyone. Either way, Jessica and I will find another way to take what's ours. What's yours? I built that company. With her help. Who do you think will believe you if you accuse us? Jessica's been documenting every mistake you've made. Every time you lost your temper, every delayed project, every client complaint. The board already thinks you're unstable. By the time we're done, you'll be lucky to get a job drawing stick figures. He dressed quickly and headed for the door. Oh, and Sarah? He turned back with a cruel smile. I was never attracted to you. Every kiss, every I love you. Every time we made love, I was thinking of Jessica. You were just the price I had to pay for a comfortable life. The door slammed. I sat in the silence of my apartment, surrounded by wedding planning materials, and felt my heart shatter into pieces. The decision. I should have cried. I should have collapsed. I should have called my mother or my friends and sobbed out the whole terrible story. Instead, I felt something cold settle in my chest. Marcus and Jessica thought they were clever. They thought they'd won. They thought I was pathetic and weak and easy to destroy. They were wrong. I picked up my phone and started making calls. Not to cancel the wedding. No, the wedding would happen exactly as planned. But the ending was going to be very, very different. Building the case. The message preview made my blood turn to ice. Can't wait until she's finally yours and we can be together openly. Just 2 more days, baby. The sender? Jessica. My hands shook as I picked up his phone. No password. He'd always said he had nothing to hide. I opened the message thread. What I found destroyed me. The cruel truth. Months of messages. Photos. Plans. Jessica and Marcus had been having an affair for over a year. But it was worse than simple betrayal. Much worse. They were planning to take everything from me. I scrolled through message after message, each one making me sicker than the last. Marcus. After the wedding, I'll have access to all her accounts. The prenup she refused will work in our favor. Jessica. And once you're married, we can push her out of the firm. I've been documenting every decision, making her look unstable. The board will vote her out within 6 months. Marcus. Then we sell the company and split the money. She'll have nothing. Jessica. Serves her right for being so trusting. She actually believes we're her family. Marcus. She's pathetic. But useful. Just 2 more days of pretending I love her. I sat on my kitchen floor, phone in trembling hands, reading their plans to destroy my life. They'd calculated everything. Marcus would marry me, gain legal access to my finances, and then work with Jessica to force me out of the company I'd built. They'd sell it and disappear together with my money. I'd refused a prenup because I trusted him. Because I loved him. What a fool I'd been. The confrontation. Marcus came out of the shower, towel around his waist, smiling that charming smile I'd fallen in love with. Dinner here yet? He asked. No, I said quietly. But I found something interesting. I held up his phone. His face went pale, then red, then cold. The mask dropped completely. How dare you go through my phone, he snapped. How dare I? My voice was surprisingly steady. You're planning to steal everything from me. My name is Sarah Mitchell, and I'm 32 years old. For the past 8 years, I built my architecture firm from nothing into one of the most respected design companies in Chicago. My office overlooked Lake Michigan, and every morning I watched the sunrise paint the water gold while sipping my coffee. Life was exactly what I dreamed it would be. And then there was Marcus. Marcus Cole walked into my life 5 years ago at a charity gala. He was charming, handsome, and worked in real estate development. We clicked immediately. He told me I was different from other women, smart, independent, and beautiful. He said he'd never met anyone like me. I believed every word. The wedding preparations. 2 days before my wedding, I was sitting in my office surrounded by fabric swatches and flower samples. The venue was booked, a beautiful lakeside resort. 300 guests had confirmed. My custom wedding dress hung in my closet, a masterpiece of silk and lace that cost more than my first car. Everything was perfect. Too perfect. My business partner, Jessica Hartman, walked into my office that afternoon. We'd been friends since college and started the firm together. She was my maid of honor, the person I trusted most after Marcus. Sarah, you look stressed, Jessica said, sitting across from my desk. Wedding jitters? Just overwhelmed, I admitted. So much to coordinate. That's why you have me. She smiled. Everything's going to be perfect. Marcus is lucky to have you. Something in her voice sounded strange, but I dismissed it. I was probably just tired from months of planning while running a business. The discovery that changed everything. That evening, Marcus came to my apartment. We were supposed to review the final seating chart together. He went to shower while I ordered dinner. His phone buzzed on the kitchen counter. I wasn't the type to check someone's phone. I trusted Marcus completely. But something made me glance at the screen.